But so listen, it's story time now. So the reason why I started to work out, and I was always pretty active when I was like in my younger days, in my adolescence, especially like when I was 17 or 18. But long story short, I was dealing with some shorty and things didn't work out, and like looking back at it, I don't know why I was even fucking with her in the first place, but we want to keep that short. But long story short, I was fucking with her, and she kind of like, you know how that first heartbreak goes, whereas like you just really want to, you so motivated, like it's not even a motivation, it's like this burn, like this fire in you. And I tried to basically like get her back by making myself better. So I started to be a lot more obsessive on how much I was working out. I was working out probably like 5 days a week. I was like getting like protein in me. But during that process, like I discovered self-love. Like I don't know if you guys ever been through a heartbreak, but it's a certain type of fire that you get when you really trying to get back for revenge. Like, and they say like success is the best revenge. So I try to really force myself to be in a way noticeable, but during that process I just found out like who I really was and where I wanted to be. So I was doing it for that individual, but then all of a sudden I just started to do it for myself. And I started to, you know, like fall in love with myself for the first time again. And you know, that's back when I was 19 going on 20. And that's crazy because that was only 7 years ago. So like it was a lot. And I feel as though like when you going through situationships or relationships, man, and it don't turn out the way it does, like you gotta really discover yourself again. I feel as though everybody for the most part go through that process. So that's like a tip that I never really spoke to nobody and said out loud. But since y'all watching this vlog, you know I gotta give y'all the exclusive, you dig? But so the second thing, I'm an avid reader. I love to read. I love to read because it definitely helps my communication and more so confidence in social environments. I'm not sure if you guys ever been in a situation where it's like you got to talk to somebody with a different background of you, or you got to basically talk to somebody that requires a lot more patience. I think when you read, it just helps your thought pattern. Like it just helps you in general. Like you'll be a lot more confident when it comes to expressing yourself. You'll be able to talk to more people of all different backgrounds and all ages, and like no matter like what they do, who they are as a person. Like even when it comes to like having a disagreement with somebody and being assertive, like when you can really advocate for yourself and express yourself in a healthy manner, you won't even get offended, or you won't even offend anyone when you're trying to talk to somebody and try to redirect them. You get old enough, sometimes you're not going to agree with everybody and everything they say. So being able to disagree in a healthy manner and still have that same level of respect is a lot, because not a lot of people can do that. Like to me, that's a skill. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you come to somebody that you may not even know in the beginning and still be able to have like a healthy conversation, even when it comes to disagreements. You know what I'm saying? So like that was the second thing. Like I wanted to, you know, like just basically like expand my creativity and really like value communication. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm gonna definitely like continue to tune in on the vlogs, because I got some book recommendations that I would like to give y'all. Matter of fact, I'm gonna give y'all one right now. If y'all never read this book called The Alchemist, you guys need to tune in with that, because The Alchemist really, it's like this book alone is a book that you can continue to read over and over and over and over again and learn something new. And basically it's about a young guy probably like in his early, like going through his adolescence or probably in his 20s, and he's searching for this treasure. And along this treasure, he meets people along the way, and he goes through certain situations in life, you know, following this treasure. And basically, like, it kind of helped me, because I was on a path, like, I was definitely focused and prioritizing, you know, my ultimate goals, but I was kind of sacrificing the moment. Something that I feel as though a lot of people do, you know, in their 20s and 30s, or like even teenage years, when you so invested into what you don't have, that you start looking at You stop looking at what you actually do have. So yeah, man, like that was like a part of me. That was like a big thing with me. It's just making sure that I was doing everything the proper way, man, when it comes to being a young man, like expanding my opportunity. Like if you like being able to talk in a way whereas everybody can respect you and everybody can understand you, it creates so many opportunities for you, because you just never know what opportunities you can create for yourself. You know what I mean? Somebody walking around and you got to talk a certain way, and it's like an off and on switch. I'm not saying like you got to be professional and formal, but even being able to actively listen and being able to talk to certain people that can understand you and the way that they can, you know, that's really important. So that kind of really motivated me to read and read and read. Like I was reading a book like a day.
Stop the cap.
And I'm not sure if y'all know what that is, and that may sound outrageous, but I was reading a book a day, and I was trying. If I didn't finish it that day, I was finishing it within 3 days. But I don't really do much of like I read, but I wasn't reading as much as I used to when I was like 19, 20, because like I said, like that burning desire when you really trying to do something for you, and then you just start to discover stuff and you start falling in love with the process, basically. So I was forcing myself, and I had so much time on my hands. Like the only thing I was doing is working. Like I used to catch the bus, so like on the bus I used to read. Like I was never on my phone. And then when I got home, if I wasn't too busy, like I never watched TV. Like I used to just read. You know what I'm saying? So that right there was really important to me. The third thing I started to do, you listen, this is the self-improvement junkie. Like this like all these 4 things makes up who I am. The third thing, I started to meditate. I started to meditate because I wanted to live in the moment instead of trying to live in the past and in the future, and that helped me basically be a lot more engaged and I guess like I'm not gonna use the term dominant. I want to use the term like a lot more confident when it came to just living in the moment. And when I say living in the moment, like sometimes like you ever been somewhere and been thinking about something else? Like you can be on the beach, you can be at the mall, you can be with family, but then all of a sudden like you start thinking about what you did in the past, or what this person done to you in the past, or like how your future gonna go. Basically like just giving you like anxiety about the unknown. And for me that was like I didn't want to do that. Like I wanted to live in the moment, because sometimes life just passes you by, and when you really think about it, 5 years ago don't seem that long ago. Like 5 years ago is not that long ago when you reflect. Like COVID, it was 4 years ago, and COVID just like, to me, like I remember everything I did during that time, you know, during the pandemic. So that goes to show you that like 4 or 5 years ago really fly past, and you gotta really live in the moment. You gotta live life. Like you definitely, I strongly encourage you all to travel. If you guys aren't traveling, or if you guys are not trying to maybe expand your creativity or expand your you know, become open, like you gotta do it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the only way you gonna grow. And you gotta be uncomfortable. Like you gotta be comfortable with being uncomfortable, because that helps you a lot, and especially in life. You know what I'm saying? Like I said this in my first vlog. Holding this camera is uncomfortable, because first of all, I'm not even this type of person, whereas I record a lot. So this is new, but I feel as though if I want to grow, if I want to be able to connect and inspire and encourage and basically entertain certain people, I got to do what I got to do, especially if I want something in life. So, and the last thing that really kind of made me who I am is positive energy. Like having people in my life that I can talk to when I need some advice, when I need people from different perspectives, when I need a little bit of like positive energy. Like having a great family support and having like positive friends is probably, it makes up who you are in a way, because you are who you are when you surround yourself with people. Like you are who you surround yourself with. So if you got 3 or 4 friends that are knuckleheads, or you got 3 or 4 shorties that, you know what I'm saying, y'all kicking it with, and they not really about nothing, that means like 9 times out of 10 you gonna end up in the same route. I'm not saying like, hold on, let me make sure I'm going the right way. I'm saying, okay, yeah. So I'm not saying like y'all can't be your own individual, because everybody at the end of the day, everybody gonna have their own mindset and they gonna do whatever they want to do with their life. But at the same time, you gotta realize that if they indulge in certain things in life, you may want to step away, because not everything is for you, and not everything you do is going to be for them. So that's why I said it's really important to continue to meet people, because in life, like, life is kind of like different when you only got the same group of friends, because you're not really expanding, you're not really experiencing different things that you may like you may discover new passions and new hobbies. So that's why I said it's really important. I'm not saying like go out there and meet a bunch of people that you not like just to hang out with them. Like, no, like you want to make sure that you building your circle based off loyalty and based off support and based off just everybody just being them and having a good time and being positive. Like, don't like, and I'm not saying like you may have, and I may have like certain negative people in my life, but that's inevitable when it comes to family, certain things like that. But however, when it comes to, you know, trying to support them, sometimes you gotta support them from a distance, because sometimes people will bring you down, especially family. So that's why I encourage everybody to just meet as many people as possible. You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid to do certain things alone, because that right there definitely gonna help y'all grow. You know what I'm saying? So that's my little get to know me vlog, man. I'm on my way to the mall. I may not shoot there, I'm not sure yet, but if I don't, you know what I mean, thank you guys for watching the video, whatever the case may be. And we're gonna go from there, man. It's about to be fucking New Year, bro. It's about to be 2024. What are you, like, what we doing? We outside, like we having fun. We doing things for the first time. We working out in the gym. Like, we reading those books. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy how, like, when people reach a certain age, they stop reading. It's crazy how certain people, when they pass a certain age, they don't even run no more. Like, they stop running. They say, like, I think it was like over 30% of people that when they turn 30, they never run as fast as they can anymore. So I encourage you, run, work out, be active, have fun, have a good time on me. On me. You know what I'm saying? We outside 2024, and I wish y'all the best. Like, remember, life is all about ups and downs, so everything ain't gonna go in your favor. But when it don't, just make sure that you stay prayed up. Make sure that you have a good time with good people, man, and enjoy yourself. Like, don't, like, nobody ever say, like, enjoy your own time. Enjoy your own time. I'm telling you, because if you don't like being with you alone, that says a lot. So you need to really discover yourself. So that's pretty much it, man. Toast up, man. Peace out, gang.